Morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Folks on the East Coast, stay warm, stay safe. Here in Novato, it's chilly for us, a little under 50, and whew, I'm seeing my breath when I walk out to my office. Just want to get the day started off with a great uplifting message. This learning to be a candidate it's fun, it's challenging. There's this whole saying about if you want to be better, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. I remember coaching college basketball down at Dominican, the women's basketball team with an incredible coach, Brianna Chambers, and also you know um, Coach Little John. And it's always about us pushing our players to get out of our comfort zone. If you don't know, I've coached women's college basketball at University of Dominican University, California. I've coached high school football and baseball at Novato High. I coached football at San Marin way back in the day with some incredible players, Mike Wise, Brad Muster, just some great kids. And I've had a great time as a coach. So I try to bring that coaching mindset, mentality, whatever you want to call it, with work, whether it's working with young kids, old kids, about uplifting. As a team, we do better. Together everyone achieves more, I think is the acronym, what the word team stands for. So that's what we're trying to be about with Team Aikens for supervisor. I want the community. It's about building community. No, you know what I mean? It's like getting folks together so that we can do more for this beautiful community that we call home, Novato, Northern Marin County, and all of California. I love being here. I moved here in the early 1980s. And I tell the story about falling in love with San Diego in the south and Marin County here in the north. And when I decided to move out, I flipped a coin in Oklahoma City. Heads Marin, tails would be San Diego. Heads came up, and it's been shining ever since. My friend Bill Hope and I, when we got to Nevada, we drove over Roland Boulevard, and this is before the vintage oak was built. It was like just the swampland over there, wetlands. And the thing that struck me, and it still strikes me to this day, is seeing the that fog crawl over the mountaintop, over the hills at dusk, and I that sight still brings tears of joy to my eye. I love it so much. It's so beautiful, and that's one of the things I want to do is we need to protect this beautiful place that we call home, Nevada. We need to be good stewards of this land. That's something my grandfather Curtis talked to me about all the time. Granddaddy Curtis was an organic farmer. However, he didn't know he was an organic farmer. He just didn't use any chemicals back then, right? And I loved watching him work with his hands in the garden. And I learned so much from him and my father and my mother and my grandma's working with the land and working with food. And that's what I want to do here in Novato, help us preserve this beautiful place we call home. That being said, there are things that we can do to make it even better. So please think about joining Team Aikens and helping us help this community. Today, is the anniversary of the day that George Washington crossed the Delaware. Did you know that? Well, and it's interesting. I try to kind of relate one of these stories with something that's happened in my life. Years ago, one of my children and I, we were at the Brooklyn Museum, and I respect my children. They have their own life, so I don't really show pictures and bring them up. Way back in the day, I had a stalker, and it affected my children. So I'm really careful about letting them live their lives and be private, uh, do what they need to do. However, one of my kids, and I've learned a lot from my children over the years, and I'm sure you have too. We were at the Brooklyn Museum upstairs, and there was this picture of George Washington, our first president. And my child says to me, Dad, can you feel it? I'm like, what? I'm thinking, what? What are you talking about, right? He says, that painting was in the room with our first president. From the mouths of babes, right? We learned so much. Anyway, today, go out, make it the best day you've ever had, and also make it a great day for someone else. We never know those little words of encouragement, those nice things we say to people, how it affects their day, the rest of the day. It could take someone's having that rough time, and you could turn around just by saying, hello, how you doing? What's up? All right, as always, spread love. Please go to the website, curtisakins.us, because we're in this together. And let's do good things for Marin, for Novato, and for our neighbors. Peace, spread love.